Thank you so much for being on Monday morning. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but where I am, it is officially cold. I don't know. Okay, like, and I'm not being like, ooh, it's Texas, it's cold. I mean, it's like cold, like 12 degrees this morning. Okay. So I think Felicia and I were on just a little bit earlier. She said they got like 6-something inches of snow in Nashville. So my understanding is most of the country is definitely cooler than it normally is. And you guys got up and got on here anyway. So come on, give yourselves a hand. You're starting your week off right. We're starting our mind right, our heart right, our intentions right. We've got a great call for you today. I'm excited to be with you. We're going to start the way that we do each and every single week. And that is, I want to get you into your mind and into your heart and make sure that we are prepared in here so that we can go out there and do what it is that your calling is today, okay? Whatever field of work that you're in, the people that you're going to come in contact with, the challenges you're going to have come your way, the obstacles, that you and I are prepared for what that is. And that starts with how we think, okay? And here's what I want you to know. The course of this day, this 24, remember we talked about it last week, right? Okay. Your future, this 2024 starts right here today. You and I are making, everybody hear me, you and I are making generational choices today. Are you with me? You've already made one to get up and get on this call and go, hey, I'm going to set it right this week. So it starts with you. I'm going to play a song here real quick. I just want you to take a few minutes and journal. Few things for you to write down as you journal. Number one, what are you grateful for today? Okay. Number two, who are you grateful for today? Number three, I want you to write down what are your intentions for today? What generational choices are you going to make today? Everybody hear me. A generational choice doesn't have to be this big, huge, massive thing. Okay. Generational choices are actually all the little choices you and I make on a day-to-day basis that lead us to where we're going. Time on task, overtime done consistently. Okay. So we're going to start right there today. I want you to lean in, take a few minutes, and then we're going to circle back up and dive right in today. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to share my screen one more time. I've gotten really good at this. We're going to pull up another song here. It all starts with you. Nobody says it better than this guy. Let's take a few minutes and journal. Here you go.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A son's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the window, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's the one I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Na 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 na. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize there's someone home, not a nickel to love. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? Oh, well, oh, deep in sky, somebody's broken heart and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern of the wind to sea, 'cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me.
I'm not hearing anything.
Look at yourself and make a change. Na, 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 na. Ooh, gonna feel real good, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Na, 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 na. No, no. I'm gonna make a change. It's gonna feel real good. Some more. Just live yourself. You know, you got to stop it yourself. Yeah. Make that change. I gotta make that change today. You got to not with yourself, brother. You know, make that change. I gotta get that man. You got to move some more. You gotta stand up.
Come on now, Michael Jackson this morning. You got to get excited about that. Hey, let's hear from a couple of you this morning. What did you write down as far as what you're thankful for, who you're thankful for, what your intentions are this week? Maybe you want to share a win with us this week. Who wants to start us off? Put your digital hand up or just wave at me. Anybody? Oh, Christy Perry said today's their 24th anniversary. Come on, Christy Perry. That's what I'm talking about. We went to high school together back when we were 6. You know what I mean? Did y'all pick up on that? Okay. We're still young, Christy Perry. Who else? What do you got today? What are you thankful for today? What's an intention that you have? What's a win that you've had? Anybody this morning? Is it too cold?
I got some huge stuff in the making. Huge stuff in the making. I am super grateful for a number of people actually on this call. Sandy, I see you. And just people that are coming along beside me. And I'm grateful.
I love it. Yes, you do. Janet. Big things. Super exciting. How many of you on the call have some big things happening you already know in 2024? Come on. Like you already know. Okay. One thing we've got to make sure we do is that we believe ahead of time of what's coming our way. You tracking with me on this? All right. That we, this is what the whole call is about today. That we dream so big that we literally create that. Are you guys tracking with me on this? I want you to think about what today is and how one man thought that way and changed our entire world. Yes or no? Okay. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I want you to think about the impact that one person, a man like that, not had on our world, has on our world. And the reason that he does is because of inside of him, right? What he is most well known for is his speech of, I have a dream, but he was way more well known than just one speech. Yes or no? Okay. He is well known because of a life lived well, a life with what? A life with intention, a life with, I know who I am and I know where I'm going. A life that had dreams. Okay. So our entire call today is to honor him and to honor you and your dreams. But here's the question I want to ask you is, when did you stop dreaming? You tracking with me on this? When did you stop dreaming? Because I know each and every single one of us, when we were little kids, do you remember being little? How many of you remember being little? I know it may have been a while. You remember being little? Okay. Do you remember the dreams that you had? Somebody come off mute or put over in the chat box something that you dreamed about when you were a kid. Maybe somebody you wanted to be or something you wanted to be. Anybody? You got it? I asked this one time in a room and literally I had a gentleman say, I dreamed of being Batman. And I think when he left that day, he was like, I am Batman. And I think that's the way he felt by the time he left that day. So what'd you dream about? Come on, where you at? Paulie put playing professional baseball. I love it. What else? What'd you dream about when you were little? Oh, come on. Story Road for the U.S. Olympic Equestrian Team. I didn't know that story. Debbie dreamed of owning lots of horses. Do you remember this? Like when you were little? Do you remember that you believed it so much? Do you remember that? Okay. Now I got to tell you the truth this morning. Okay. I'm just going to lay it out there for you. My son last night, 9 o'clock at night, runs upstairs to me and he goes, Dad, you got to go in the backyard. There's snow flurries. I'm like, son, buddy, like my son loves the snow. Okay. Y'all tracking with me? I mean, loves it. Like little kid loves it. Okay. It is 12 degrees outside. He's like, Dad, I can't go in the backyard without somebody going with me. You got to go out there. Okay. I'm in my house shoes. I'm warm. Okay. I have not been outside all day long. Can I tell you why? Because it is freezing cold. I don't want to go out there. I intentionally did not go out there. And my son's like, no, we got to go. There's snow flurries. We walk out in the backyard, and I want y'all to know that it was like the most pitiful excuse of snow flurries I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was like, pew, and then here come another one. And we could only see them, if you look up at the lights, you know what I'm talking about? Like if you look up at the lights, I was like, son, I love you. It's 12 degrees. Get your little skinny tail back inside. We're done. We're going back inside. We go back inside. He's pulling up his little app on his phone. He's like, Dad, there's like a 10% chance of snow. Okay. Now I want you to know that I said, son, it ain't going to snow, bro. Okay. It's just not going to happen. Can I tell you something? It dadgum snowed in Dallas, Texas. I just want you to know that, okay? My son, I believe that he laid down last night and went, snow, snow, snow. Like I think he believed it so much that this morning, literally, I walked in the kitchen and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to tell my son this morning that I was not a believer, okay? So here's what I want to ask you. When did you stop that? Are you with me? Somewhere along the way, you and I stopped thinking like that. We stopped getting excited about little tiny flurries. Are you tracking with me on this? Like at some point we stopped, right? Dan Harker. So I got to pause real quick. Okay. There's a guy on the screen. His name's Dan Harker. I would not be where I'm at today if it wasn't for this brother. He stepped in, coached me, stood by me. I literally, Dan, I love you so much, brother. I would not be on the screen, not be where I'm at. He put over here, I remember a certain guy who had a dream of leading a big organization and made it happen. First call I ever had with Dan Harker, he said, what's the goal? I said, I'm going to be director of Bold. And I was like a runt. Okay, my God, I'd only done like 2 bolds. Dan, had I even done a bold? I don't even know if I had done one, dude. I just know that's what I said, man. I've got a dream. That's where I want to go. We've got to believe it so much that that's where we go. That every day we have this thought of, this is where I'm going. And today I'm going to make the choices that lead me to that. And if things don't go my way, that's fine. I'm going to make the choices that lead me to that. Okay. One of the things that I coach is that you and I have got to have a faith that is an even though I will kind of faith. You with me? Like, even though everybody says I can't, I will accomplish what I set out to. Even though the market is going nuts, that's fine. I will sell more houses this year than I ever sold before. Even though I got hurt, even though I got lied to. You with me? Even though things aren't going my way today, even though I'm not on the leaderboard, right? I will keep making plays, okay? So as we start today, I'm going to show you a video. I don't think anybody says anything better than a guy named TD Jakes. And he's going to talk to you about your dreams. And then we're going to dig in today and we're going to work on the mindset of being a dreamer and how we go from where we are to where we want to be, okay? And here's what I want to tell you too before I start this. Every single one of you on the screen, regardless of your age, regardless of what has happened or not happened or what hand you've been dealt or not been dealt, you are not too late. Okay. If you don't hear anything else, I want you to hear me. You are not too late. And I want you to hear this. You are not done. Like you may feel like it's over. I'm at a dead end. I want you to hear me. You are not done. Okay. You tracking with me? I'm going to play this for you. I want you to take notes. I want you to listen to it. I want you to write it down. We're going to circle back up. Okay. Here we go.
It's an urge. Truth be told, every champion has felt it. Every president has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every lion has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit. Don't you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much. But don't you quit. Don't you quit. Don't you quit. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. As weak as you are, as tired as you are, as many mistakes as you made, you do make a difference. There is something they would lose if you were not there. There was something that they would miss if you were not there. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. Keep hopping. It's for people that are trying to hop their way back home. Come hell or high water, doing the best they can with what they got. That's who we are, doing the best we can with what we got. And we may not break any ribbons and we may not get any trophies, but if we can learn how to hang on in there, we'll be all right. I will not lie to you, I feel like going on. But I have seen days I did not want to get out of bed, didn't want to put on clothes, and didn't even feel like brushing my teeth. I've seen days so dark that I just want to keep driving, and I didn't even care where I ended up or what you called me. They came, and they passed, and they came to pass. I kept the faith. I kept it. I lost a lot of stuff. I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of strength. I lost a lot of courage. I lost a lot of time. I lost a lot of money. But I kept down on my knees. I was still believing. Broke, I was believing. Lonely, I was believing. Betrayed, I was. If you lose a job, keep the faith. If you lose a spouse, keep the faith. If you bury your child, keep the faith. If you have to downsize, keep the faith. If you have to move in with your mama, keep the faith. If you're at your wit's end, keep the faith. If you have to catch the bus, keep the faith. If you have to dumb, keep the faith. If you get sick, keep the faith. If you lose your kidneys, keep the faith. If you got heart trouble, keep the faith. You might not get a new heart, but you gotta keep your faith.
Did that help you this morning? Hey, how many of you on the screen have had those moments of, hey, I don't want to get out of bed today? Right? You had a moment of, hey, I think I'm just going to keep on driving. I don't really care when. Did you hear some of this? What are some of the things you pulled out of that in the last few minutes?
Hey, Dusty, good morning.
Good morning, Loretta.
What I heard was just don't give up on your dream.
That's right.
So many times, like you said, we have the dream, but we want to quit because maybe you haven't been surrounded around the people who can help you accomplish that.
Right.
I've had to go back. I've taken classes. I remember when I got my real estate license, I thought, oh my God, going back and doing this and starting all over. But I remember when I first started, I didn't start with Keller Williams, but I remember with the organization, they said, how much money do you want to make your first year? They didn't tell me how or what. I just said $100,000, not even knowing how to do it. They didn't even have systems in place the way Keller Williams did. But I made $150,000 that first year, and I started real estate at age 58. So I'm going into my third year. So it's like my third reinvention of myself. So for people who don't know, and then my daughter and I took Bold with You. The very first month we started with Keller Williams, and it has been life changing. I just want to say thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you. Hey, you're the one who stepped into that space and said, hey, I'm going. 58. Don't tell me I'm too late. Right. I'm so proud of you. Come on. That's your affirmation today. 58. I'm not too late. That's it today, Loretta. David Fine, what do you got, buddy? Oh, you're on mute, buddy. Is it coming off?
I'm trying. Hey,
There
can
you
you
go.
hear me now? Good morning, everybody. As the elder in the group, there was so much truth in that last video. You never quit, never quit, never quit. I've been up and down. I feel like Rocky Balboa, but I kept getting up. But let me say this to you. Everybody's got something going on in their life, and everybody thinks you can't do it.
Yeah.
But when we all sit in a circle and we put our problems in the middle of that circle and you see what everybody else is going through, you're going to grab your problems back and you're going to attack it and you're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Never quit. You can do it. You might get knocked down, but get back up.
Yeah. Well said, David. Well said. Coming from a guy that I know very, very well, has done just what he has said right there on the call. So we just keep getting back up. Laura Sweeting wrote down, it might take twice as long, but don't quit. Right? Did you hear in his language, and even though I will, type of faith in you? Right? And even though I will, like, hey, this isn't going my way. My family's not behind me. This happened. Everybody hear me. You and I don't get to control all the things that happen. We do get to control how we respond to it. Okay. I want you to think about this today. Where do you think our world would be if people like Dr. Martin Luther King had quit? I want you to think about that for a second. Like, where would we be? Okay. And I want you to think about the same thing around you and around your dreams. What's it going to be like if you quit? So when we talk about dreams, I think we do a great job of thinking about what it's going to look like when we get there, right? And I'm not telling you to not think about that, because that's a beautiful place to go. Hey, there's going to be a day when someday I get to, you fill in the blank, right? Pay off my debt, buy my own house, get married, have kids, like whatever it is, all of these things, right? What I want you to ask yourself today is, what's it going to look like if you don't? Okay, that's a pain question. Like, what's it going to look like if we don't hit that dream? So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to take some time, and I want you to honor yourself, and I want you to dream again. Okay? We're going to do a couple things today. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through 6 phases of dreams. If you want to know where this comes from, there is a book called Created to Dream by Rick Warren. And here it is. Created to Dream by Rick Warren. It's a great book to read for you to really hone in on what is the dream for you. Like, what are you on this earth for? How big do you want this life to be? You tracking with me on this? And there's 6 phases of dreams. I'm going to give them to you. Here's the first one. You ready? It's called dream, right? Like, you got to just start dreaming again. And so when we think about dreams, I want to pause for a second, kind of coach you around that. Here's what we mean by that. I want you to write down this question. What do I want my life to be about? What do I want my life to be about more than anything else? when you think about you and who you are, I want you to ask the question today. And at the end of the call today, we're going to answer that question. Okay? The question today is, what do I want my life to be about more than anything else? If you were on Define 24 with us last week, we did this on Friday, right? We started to dig into, hey, what is it when I go into the depth of my heart and the depth of my soul? What do I want my life to be about more than anything else? And that's your dream. You with me? That's your dream. Okay. Three things for you to think about. Okay. Number one,
Sharon,
does that dream make you cry? Number two, does that dream make you sing? And number three, does that dream shake you to your core? You with me? Does that dream make you cry? Like when you think of it, do your eyes well up? Does it make you sing? Like, does it get your heart pumping in a way that's never happened before? And then does it stir your soul? Does it shake you to your core? Okay. What do you dream about? I want you to think about it in life. I want you to think about it in business. Can I remind you today that the number one reason that you have a business is so that you go accomplish everything in your life that you want to accomplish? Okay, in your dreams. Does that make sense? Like they go hand in hand. Okay, I don't know about you. I don't get up every day just to work. Okay, I don't get up every day to make a living. I get up every day to create a life. You with me? Okay, like I don't know about you. I don't want to make a living. I've done that. That was miserable. Okay, like I want to create a life, right? All right. So number one, we got a dream. Okay. Number two, you got to make a decision to go after that dream. Okay. You got to make your life about going after that dream. You got to draw a line in the sand, burn the ships and go, hey, 2023 is over. 2024 is in front of me, and this 24 hours is in front of me, like we talked about last week. And what am I doing today? Who am I being today that's going to take me to that? Here's what I can promise you. Who you choose to be and what you choose to do will do one of three things every day. Okay, everybody hear me? Who you choose to be and what you choose to do will do one of three things every day. It will either take you toward your dream, it'll keep you complacent and average, or it'll take you further away from your dream. Okay, when we think about this 24 hours that we have right now, this Monday, January 15th, does your schedule, is it in alignment with your dream? We talked about this last week, right? What can you see in a person's agenda? Their passion, their priorities, their dreams, okay? You got to make a decision today that your choices are going to end up leading you towards your dreams. All right. Now, here's the challenge, though. You ready? I'm going to give you the next three phases because they're all very similar. You ready? Here's number one or number three. Delays. Delays. Right? Like we're not there yet. I don't see it yet. I'm in the middle and I'm exhausted. Did you hear what TDJ said? Like, hey, like,
here comes Frank, Sharon.
Right? Like, hey, I just want to quit. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Okay. And so there's these delays that I thought I was going to have it here, but then something happened that kept me from having it today, the way that I want it, when I want it. Right? Okay. You tracking with me on this? So each and every single one of us are going to have delays on the way to us accomplishing our goals. Here's the question. Are you going to quit in the delays? Are you going to quit because you didn't get it when you thought you were going to get it? Okay. And everything that I just heard him say, the one thing I heard him unequivocally say was, don't quit. Don't quit. You're not too late. It's not over. You with me? Okay. Here's the next one after delays. and that's difficulties. Hey, can you raise your hand on the call if you've had some difficulties in your life? Anybody ever had a day not go your way? Anybody ever had a week not go your way? A month? A year? You tracking with me on this? Okay. There have been some seasons in old Dusty's life over here. I'm like, ain't nothing going my way. Okay. Did anyone watch the Cowboys game last night? Ain't nothing going on. Okay. Drag me. I love them. I'm a fan. I believe. Just saying, last night we had a lot of difficulties. Okay. There are going to be things that get in the way of your dreams, even though I will. Even though I'm sick, I will keep going. Even though I'm tired, I will keep going. Even though I was wronged, I will keep going. Even though these people said this about me and it wasn't even true, I will keep going. Okay? Or hey, even though they said it and it was true, I will keep going. You tracking with me on this? Difficulties. And then we have number 5. And I think this is where most people stop. Is we hit what we think is a dead end. Now there's a difference between a delay and a difficulty and a dead end. Right? A delay is, hey, I'm not there yet. A difficulty is the circumstances aren't lining up with where I want to go. A dead end is we wake up and we look out and go, I don't see it anymore. I'm that far down in my spirit and in the depths. Did you hear what he said in the video? He said, I've had days, right, when the lights went out. I've had days when I didn't want to get up, when I didn't want to brush my teeth. How many of you have had days like this? Okay. I remember like it was yesterday, the day that my dad died. I remember sitting on my parents' steps and thinking, I don't have this in me. Like, it was a dead end, man. Like, I could not see my hand in front of my face. You ever had moments like that? Okay. Like your legs got knocked out and the foundation that you thought you had, you can't even see it. The breath got knocked out of you in a way that you don't even know if it's going to come back. Okay. And here's what I want you to know. Right in the middle of that moment, you and I have to make a choice. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Right in the middle of that moment, you and I have to make a choice. And that is, are we going to quit? Or are we going to keep moving forward? Okay. The 6th phase in Rick Warren's book, he says it's deliverance. I call it, it's the day of your dream. You with me? I started with, this is where I want to go. I made a decision that I will not quit. I drew a line in the sand. I burned the ships. I moved forward, and then delays came. And after those delays, there were difficulties. And in the middle of all those difficulties, the lights went out, and I thought there's nowhere else for me to go. And even though the lights went out, I will move forward and accomplish my dream. And then we get to that day where we can say, hey, like, this is my dream day. Here's what I can promise you. Anybody who has accomplished anything will tell you that this was the process to get there. I have never met anybody who has accomplished massive things in their life that said, it was pretty easy. Like I just kind of got up and I'm super talented and things went my way, right? Like I have never heard anyone say that. I have always heard, let me tell you how we got here, right? You tracking with me on this? So here's what I want to ask you today, okay? I want us on today's call to write out what we call your life sentence. Okay? To write out what we call your life sentence. And here's what I mean by that. Okay? That we write one sentence. What was the first question I asked you as we started the day? What is the one thing You want your life to be about more than anything else. When you put all of it together, your family, your business, your life, all of it together, what is the one thing that we want our lives to be about more than anything else? When I look at people like Dr. Martin Luther King, here's what I know, that when his time ended here on this earth, his message did not. You with me? Like a legacy is what? A legacy is what is still here and alive and breathing, even when you no longer are. Okay? Can we be real clear with one thing that I know for a fact on this call? Like, you may not agree with everything that I say on this call. You will agree with this. There's going to be a day when you and I are no longer here. Yes or no? Right? Like, there's going to be a day when old Dusty is no longer on the screen. And so for me, my life sentence, part of that is that I will leave this place way better than I found it, that I'm going to pour in at every moment that I can to help people literally all across the globe live their biggest lives and leave my mark so that it extends beyond here. What is that for you? Okay. So I want to help you develop your life sentence. And here's some questions I want to ask you. Here's the first question. And I want you to write some things down, okay? When we think about our dreams and what we desire our life to be about more than anything, okay? I want you to ask yourself these questions. Number one, I want you to write down right now, what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? Okay. When you're passionate about something, by the way, that voice crack's been here since I was 12. When you're passionate about something, does it move you? Right? Does it shake you to your core? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. I said this on Friday. My bride and my kids can walk through this door right now, and I'm telling you, they shake me to my core. Okay. Like, I am passionate. You don't have to be around Dusty long to know that I am passionate about the people inside my four walls. Okay. What are you passionate about? What stirs you to your core? What shakes you? Okay. And here's a great question I'll ask you to help you identify this. What could you stay up all night talking to me about and not get tired? You with me? If there's something that you could stay up all night long and talk to me about and not get tired, you're passionate about that. Okay? If you were to have an opportunity to stand on a stage in front of 100,000 people, what would you speak about? What are you passionate about? Okay? And then secondly, I want you to write down, what do you love to do? What do you love to do? What excites you? What motivates you? What drives you? What pushes you? You with me on this? Okay, so for instance, I'm passionate about my family. What you'll find is your passion will be in alignment with what you love to do. Okay? So because I'm so passionate about my family, I love to spend time with them. So the life that I'm creating for us is so that I can pour into as many people as I possibly can, because I'm passionate about people and I'm passionate about life change and I'm passionate about you and your purpose. And I do that also because it leads us for me to be able to spend as much time with my family as I possibly can. Okay. We made an entire life shift in April of this year. Okay. And I want to tell you why. It's because of what I'm passionate about, what I love to do. And here's what I mean by that. Last year, I traveled over 120 days. I was gone from my home. So 120 days, I did not kiss my bride good morning. I did not see my kids physically. And I went, that's not in alignment with our purpose, with our dreams, where we're going. So I quit. Okay. Not bad. It was, hey, we got to go live our dream and still do it in the way that we desire to do it. Okay. That's where all this started. That's where defined coaching came from and everything. So, right today, I will coach 10 people from home, and I'll get to see my bride and I'll get to see my kids. I'm going to have lunch with them. Okay. So we've got to figure out, what is it that you want? Okay. Do you know what I love about little kids? Can I tell you what I love about them the most? They get what they want. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they don't take no for an answer, team. They get what they want. My son literally willed it to snow here last night. It was not supposed to snow. He willed it. They get what they want. They won't take no for an answer. Okay? Let me ask you a question. When did you start taking no for an answer? When did you stop going after what you want? Okay? Like, when did you let people tell you, well, that's selfish? What this is, hey, this is what I want. I'm going after it. Okay? And out of what you're passionate about and what you love to do, it's going to define your life sentence for you. Your life sentence is this. What do you want your life to be about more than anything else? And I want to give you one more thought before you really take time and write it. And here's what it is. And I want you to write this down as well. What do you want people to say about you when you're no longer here? What do you want people to say about you when you're no longer here? I'm gonna give you 8 things I found that people say to this day about Dr. Martin Luther King, so you understand what I'm saying. It says, number 1, he dared to dream. He dared to dream. He went into an arena where nobody had gone. He dared to go there. Number 2, he loved others well. Loved others well. Number 3, there was no judgment. Can I tell you something about our humanity? We are judging machines. Okay? We do a great job at judging other people, drawing the circle around them. The next thing is, it says he pushed on and persevered regardless of the circumstance. Right? Even though I will. Even though I will. It says he served others. He became others focused. Here's what I can tell you. When you and I, Zig Ziglar says this. He says, help enough people get what they want, and you'll have what you want. Like, serve others. It said he forgave. Can I ask you a question today? Do you have some unforgiveness in you? You with me on this? All right. Number 7 was, it said he stood up for what is right. Can I tell you what I found in my life? I've never gone wrong when I've stood up for what's right. Okay. He stood up for what is right. And then the final thing it says, and this is what people still say about him. You with me? Is that he proved that all things really are possible. He proved that all things really are possible. So let me ask you today, what do you want your life to be defined about more than anything? I want you to take a few minutes and I just want you to write your life sentence. Take a few minutes and write your life sentence. Who are you? What do you want to be about more than anything else? As you write them, you can put them over in the chat box. I'm going to ask some of you to share them. Okay. And I'll just play a song for a minute while you sit down. I want you to really think through this. What are people going to say when I'm gone? What are you passionate about? What do you love to do? And what do you want your life to be about more than anything else? That's your life sentence. Okay. Take a minute and write that down, and then we'll wrap up here.
They say sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. And right now I'm losing bad. I've stood on this stage night after night, reminding the broken it'll be alright. But right now, oh, right now I just can't. It's easy to sing when there's nothing to bring me down. But what will I say when I'm held to the flame like I am right now? I know you're able and I know you can see through the fire with your mighty hand. But even if you don't, my hope is you alone. They say it only takes a little faith to move a mountain. Well, good thing a little faith is all I have right now. God, when you choose to leave mountains unmovable, oh, give me the strength to be able to sing. It is well with my soul. I know you're able and I know you can save through the fire with your mighty hand. But even if you don't, my hope is you alone. I know the sorrow and I know the hurt would all go away if you just say the word. But even if you don't, my hope is you alone. You've been faithful, you've been good all of my days. Jesus, I will cling to you, come what may, 'cause I know you're able, I know you can. I know you're able, and I know you can see through the fire with your mighty hand. But even if you don't, my hope is you alone. I know the sorrow, I know the hurt would all go away if you just say the word. But even if you don't.
All right, all right. Hey, let's hear from a few of you today. What did you write down today? Maybe some of you have already put some over here. Let's see in the chat box over here if anybody's dropped anything. Drop your if you want to drop your life sentence over in the chat box or come off mute and share it with all of us. Here's David Fines. He said, I want to be known as a good person who helped others, hard worker who never quit, made people smile, raised an amazing family, and never lost my faith. How many of you, just by getting to know David D. Fine on this call, have already seen that in him? I have. I met this dude in Virginia about 5 years ago, and I've watched David Fine be that. So what's your life sentence? Drop it over in the chat box, or let's hear from a few of you. What do you got? You can come off mute and just read it to us if you want to.
Dusty.
Yeah, go, Debbie.
When Lawrence passed away December 1st, my question was, why did this happen? And yesterday, I went to church and my granddaughter was at church with me. And she said, Mimi, for the last couple of months, which is since Lawrence has passed, she said, I've been really thinking about my relationship with God and I want to get baptized. She's 18 years old or 17 years old. I'm sorry. I don't want to make her too old. And so I thought that was amazing that Lawrence had such an impact on her. He left a legacy for her. So with that said, to my life sentence is to impact others and find their purpose and live their dreams by living my life according to my purpose with passion and excitement.
Woo. There you go. Well said. Debbie, you're doing it. I love that. Help other people see their purpose by living out my purpose, right? Okay. Somebody else? What's your life sentence? What'd you write down? Chrissy Perry wrote, I want to live life to the fullest, serving and loving people and spending time and creating memories with my family. Come on now. You know, the one thing the one thing that nobody can take from us? It's our memories and our experiences, right? The one thing nobody can take from us. Okay. What else you got? What'd you write down? Janet Brink, I will live fearlessly and courageously enough to leave it all on the field and will teach others to do the same. Yes. Yes. Come on. Anybody else? Anybody want to read theirs? You're welcome to, or you can drop it over in the chat box. Was this helpful to you today? Yes or no? What are some takeaways you got today? Anybody got some takeaways? Let's get a couple ahas before we wrap up here. We got a couple minutes. Ron, what do you got? Ron Holmes, go, buddy.
I started typing it in the deal and I said, forget it. I'm just going to read it. I do want to share. I didn't get a chance to share a win earlier. I love all you people. If you're in a place where power may go out, what I do, you heard Dusty talk about electric co-ops. Hey, we know your power's out. We're going to restore it as fast as possible. Our guys don't want to be out in the cold either. I love y'all. That's a little bit. I didn't get to share my win earlier, so I'm sorry. Hey, but this Friday, I started a radio show 5 years ago. And this Friday, we celebrate 5 years of being on the air. I'm pretty excited about that. You asked what I'm passionate about. I'm pretty excited. Kirk Herbstreit's been on the show, stuff like that. So I'm excited. Friday is 5 years of being on the air. So anyway, sorry, I wanted to share that.
That's been a dream of that guy's for a long time.
That's a true story.
Can I just say I have been obsessed with Kirk Herbstreit my entire adult life. And I literally I was pregnant and went back to a Virginia Tech game and he was on the field, like right below me. And I screamed his name and I showed him, I had on a tank top that I had made with my big pregnant belly that said, Kirk Herbstreit is my baby daddy.
He has an awesome dog too, just so y'all know.
He got a kick out of it. He looked a little scared when he first saw it.
That's awesome.
I'm
Well,
obsessed with that guy.
Hey, well,
People
small
know
plug.
who I
Hey,
am. He
Janet,
knows who I am.
Janet, feel free to download the Hodgeback. I'll send it to you. When
He knows who I am. You can be like, you know that crazy
Yeah.
blonde that used to follow you around in Blacksburg?
But here's my statement. I want to grow myself daily so that the engagement I have with others impact them wanting to do the same.
Yeah, there we go. I love that. Grow myself daily so my impact with others will leave them wanting to do the same. It becomes attractive, right? Okay. When you and I get living in our dream and living in our purpose, it becomes attractive to other people. Okay. Pat O'Reilly said, I will use all my talents to serve others, be a positive influence in others' lives, and fearlessly walk this great life. Okay. Rhett Campbell, finish us off, buddy. We got 1 minute.
Okay, I was grabbing something really quick. So my morning has not went as planned whatsoever. We got some snow here in Tennessee, so as soon as it starts falling, the entire middle Tennessee area shuts down. I don't even know if it makes it to the ground or not. Everything just stops. What I was going to say is a really, really, really nice person and friend sent me, I'm trying to make sure that you can see it, this book.
Yep.
This is phenomenal. I've already read through about half of it this morning, and I would highly suggest everybody to get their hand on that. It's Created to Dream by Rick Warren, and it's just absolutely wonderful perspective. I've read, I think it just helps you to realize how much endless potential God places in each one of us, and I just think it could be a gift to everybody. So thank you for that, Dusty. Truly appreciate it, man.
Thank you, buddy. Hey, team. I love you guys. Okay. Dream big enough that you can literally make it snow when there's only a 10% chance. All right. My son, I just want y'all to know, for all of Dallas, all of DFW, they owe it to my son. He willed this into being because he dreamed it that big last night. After his dad didn't believe, I was like, bro, it's not going to snow. It's just not going to happen. Okay. All right. Hey, I love you guys. Bless you. We'll see you 1 week from today. Come on, go to work. This 24 is how you create your dreams. Let's go. Go to work. We'll see you soon. Take care.